this government shutdown, heading into a third day after a bipartisan group of senators failed to come up with a compromise on spending and immigration this weekend. They do have a procedural vote set up for today at noon in the Senate. The White House budget director is Mick Mulvaney. He says, of course, it's the Democrats that won't come to the negotiating table. Here he is.
It's almost as if they're so beholden to their left wing that they can't give the president even a victory on keeping the government open. I really do believe that at heart here there was an interest by some folks in the Democrat Party to deny the president sort of the victory lap of the anniversary of his inauguration, the chance to talk about the success with the tax bill, success with the economy and jobs. It could go several days because I think there's other Democrats who want to see the president give the State of the Union during a shutdown.
All right. We are now joined by the judge, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys.
How are you? All right?
Yeah, I'm a little upset over the Patriots, but what are you going to do?
Giant guy? You're giant?
I'm a suffering Giant fan.
We're worse. We're Jet fans.
This is the worst of all worlds for Giants fans. Not only Patriots and Eagles going to the Super Bowl, but we're 3-13.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
And you're not getting Belichick to be your coach, are you? Shutdown. What do you think?
You know, there's a clause of the Constitution which says no monies shall be spent by the government except those which are expressly authorized by the Congress.
Right.
So they are spending money that hasn't been authorized because they want to keep half the government open. This is not a real shutdown.
Well, that was the whole idea of, quote unquote, weaponizing, and I think Lee brought it up earlier, but they say, the Trump administration, that the Obama administration weaponized their 2013 shutdown and shut down many of these parks that now they want to keep open. You say they shouldn't be allowed to do that? Or?
Well, if you want to interpret the Constitution as it is written, which many in the judiciary do, it basically says that no money can be spent. So the government takes the position, we'll only spend money on essential functions. That's great. Why should we even have non-essential functions in the government? If they're not essential, then taxpayers shouldn't be paying for them.
Fair point. Now, I look at messaging and I try to figure out who's winning and who's losing from that with the American people. But from your perspective, whose fault is it that this is happening? Is it the president? Is it Congress? Is it Republicans? Is it Democrats?
You know, the Republicans usually lose these shutdown debates, but I'm not so sure they're going to lose it this time. Perhaps it's because of the alliteration of Schumer shutdown.
Right.
You know, it's easy to remember. Yes. And because he has sort of personified this. I really don't blame either side. Both sides wants to push its agenda in sort of a crisis environment. The president decided to stay back and see what kind of a package they bring them. I think, not to turn this around, but you would be a better person to answer how the public will perceive this and who will be blamed, if anybody, in the long run.
Yeah.
Would anybody be blamed if this only lasts 3 days, or people only is somebody only blamed if it lasts 3 weeks?
Look, I think if it only lasts for 3 days, you know what loses is the establishment, because I think people are going to blame Congress and not the president. I think the president has done a really good job of being a little bit hands-off and distancing himself from the public. But I think if it lasts 3 weeks, it's going to see who comes to the table first. Yeah. And that's going to be a totally different story.
I mean, isn't it also the case that the public elected a disruptive president? They want disruption in Washington. This is disruption. Maybe people aren't so upset about it.
Well, that was the whole idea of, hey, the thing we need here is a pretty good shutdown, or whatever the quote was from the president some months back, I believe. Something along those lines.
But it is a myth that the government saves money during a shutdown, because it just pays its bills late, that's all. And probably spends more money.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. Even the people that are, quote unquote, non-essential employees, whatever, they will, they did last time at least, get their money back.
They're essentially getting a paid vacation, in other words.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. They're going to get their money back. They're going to get their money back.
There's a million people in Washington, D.C. this morning who are sleeping late and will get paid for it.
They're all watching us. Like, where's Maria? She's on her way to Davos, Speaker. That's all right. You'll be back to work soon. Now, I want to get the judge on another topic, right? The House Republicans pushing for the full release of this FISA memo, as it's being called. They claim it will open the public's eyes to the government's surveillance abuses under the Obama administration. Now, speaking of Maria, she spoke with former Congressman Jason Chaffetz over the weekend, who claims the memo left his former colleagues shaken. Here he is.
They're basically saying that this dossier that we know was unverified and largely nonsense about Donald Trump was used as justification to get a FISA warrant to wiretap the Trump campaign, used by a political opponent, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, to spy on Donald Trump during the election, which would be extraordinary. Isn't that right?
It really is. I mean, it goes to the core of who we are as a country. And when you talk to members who've actually read the document, while they can't talk about the contents, they are very shaken by what they have seen.
That's what we keep hearing, Judge. That is, it shakes them to their core.
I am not shaken. I am furious. Furious that this information was kept under wraps while the House and Senate voted to extend FISA. Furious that the same Congress that voted to extend FISA now has come to the conclusion, at least the leadership of the Congress, that the people in whose hands we have reposed the authority to spy on us without warrants abuse that authority.
Do we know how they did? Do we know anything about?
No, we don't know anything. The only thing we know is that this memo, I'm going like this, memo, is actually bullet points prepared by the Republican staff of the House Intelligence Committee based upon the raw data that they have examined. So all the Republicans want this out, and none of the Democrats want this out. Did they selectively pick information, or is this a fair summary of it? And how much of this was known but kept under wraps before they voted on FISA? The president's already signed FISA into law. Yep. It's too late to do that revote. I've been campaigning against FISA for years because of this kind of abuse, as well as its evasion of the Fourth Amendment.
Judge, how do we make sure the American people get the full story? Not Republican or Democrat, the full unbiased story on this memo.
Mike, democracy dies in darkness. And darkness occurs when Congress is allowed to see things that the rest of us can't. I mean, do we work for them or do they work for us?
Even when
they work for us, we should know what they know.
Even when it's released, to Mike's point, we may not get the full story. I'm sure some of it will be redacted, right? And
yes.
There's some things you're going to have to leave out.
The only way we'll get the full story is if someone is courageous, as Senator Dianne Feinstein, with whom I rarely agree, was with the torture memos. She went to the floor of the Senate, where she cannot be prosecuted, and a hair in her head can be harmed no matter what she says. She released 6,000 pages of CIA torture. Somebody in the House Intelligence Committee should do the same thing with this. And then the American public doesn't have to read dossiers and doesn't have to read talking points. They can read the raw material and come to their own conclusions.
Read it themselves.
Will the government ever treat us like we are adults and like we are their employers?
Release the memos.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Pleasure, guys.
I know. It's going to be all right.
Now for espresso.
It's going to be all right. Everything's good. Yeah, exactly right. Look out.